What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, karibu tena sana. My name is Cynthia. I talk about entrepreneurship, relationship and all things lifestyle. Now I know I have had you waiting for about 2 weeks, but guys, to be honest, my 8 to 5 had the best of me, so this is why I am doing this very late. Of course, I also had a bit of technical issues. I'm telling you, the devil is working hard to make sure this video doesn't get out, but I'm on a mission. Young girls must know this story, other women must know this story so that they can be on the lookout. All right, so without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So you guys, let's just take a minute and just appreciate how beautiful I look today. As in, I'm feeling so good, I'm feeling sexy, I'm feeling so pretty. I'm in the mood to tell part 3 of this story. Let me tell you, it will be worth the wait. Trust and believe me, okay? It will be worth the wait. And before we even go on, guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Honestly, I mean, show your girl some love and support me. I'm trying to get this channel monetized. I'm trying to go to the next level, so please, it's free. I mean, just show me support. It's free, so please go ahead and subscribe. The button is, I think, down here or down here, whichever it is. Show your girl some love and tell your people about this channel. I have amazing and great content coming up. I mean, you will not want to change the channel once you log on to YouTube. I promise you that. Okay, so let's just jump right into the video. The last time I was here, you guys, I ended up telling you why and how I said yes. Now, keep in mind, this is the 4th week of meeting this guy. Now already, nimeshakuwa girlfriend yake, right? So definitely nilikuwa na feel some type of way in the sense that the relationship is not familiar. I felt like I was still dealing with a stranger. For that reason, I didn't go around advertising I'm in a relationship. There's some people you can meet, you start with friendship, maybe 6 months, maybe somebody has been in your life for quite some time. So by the time when I get into a relationship with them, you already know who you're dealing with. So you don't even have a problem like, sharing on social media and saying, oh, I said yes to this guy. But for me, the case was very different. So I took it upon myself to just tell like my close friends. So this is Washuka, Becca and Diana. So the first person definitely I told was Rebecca. So text nikamwambia, yo, I know what I said about that guy, but he's a cool people. So nime accept kukua girlfriend yake. I swear to God, I could hear her saying, Allah, 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 Allah. Like, what changed? But then again, being the supportive friend that she is, aliniambia love and light, and I wish you all the best and I hope to see him. Just giving him the benefit of the doubt. None of us knew we were dealing with a con artist. We all thought maybe Tony, an irresponsible young man who might get it together. I told Diana the same thing. Diana had that question of what changed, but she didn't verbalize it. Aliniambia tu zile, well, if you're happy, then we are happy, we're going to support you. Washuka doesn't bite her tongue. Let me tell you, Washuka aliniangalia tu akaniambia, Cynthia, you're going to come back crying to me. And when you come back crying, don't come back to me. Alisha nikacheka nikamwambia nitaenda kulilia wapi? It is just you. I don't have any other close friends. Ni wewe tu nitalilia, wewe na Rebecca na Diana. It's only the 3 of you I'll cry to. Anaambia, sawa. So those are the people I told, and definitely who else knew? Of course, Beth knew. Then that same week, that Sunday, I went to see an aunt of mine who lives in Buruburu. She's like a second mom. When my folks separated, she has played the role of a mother to me. So even her, at the end of that week, I'd gone to see her, and she asked me everything like about my life, and me, I'm very open with her. So I told her, there's this guy. I told her everything. She was like, at 27 anaendesha E350, nikamwambia akona kitu. And then her husband works in the oil industry. He anafanya kazi in the oil industry. So alikuwa ananiuliza what is his name. I told her. She asked me the name of the company. Akaniambia okay, sawa, tutaona. So now that's what has happened. Those are the only people around me who knew about the relationship. So that first week, guys, it was a bliss. It was rainbows, it was sunshine, it was Teletubbies. We were loving on each other. We were doing what new couples do. The first week of any relationship, the first week after the first month, it's honeymoon. Mnapigana simu zile za no you hang up. It was one of those situations, honestly, and I was actually feeling very confident about it, despite the fact that I had Rashuka's voice at the back of my head, but I was feeling with every day nilikuwa na feel confident, and I told you guys, he used to give me a lot of attention. Like alikuwa anani, what is it called? Alikuwa anani text on WhatsApp. We would now even talk on Instagram, like ningeona ka meme Instagram or something funny, I would share, he would also share, and then he would call me. I mean, it was everything I wanted. The attention was there, the communication was there, the guy looked nice, The only part that was missing was the money bit, but I don't give guys pressure. Like we would have figured it out together. So now I knew our relationship was very surface level, so I was trying to add depth into it, because I'm a deep girl, and deep calls onto I'm having way too much fun telling this story. And deep calls onto deep. So I knew we knew each other at the service level, so I really tried for us to dig deeper. So I tried asking him about like his relationship with his parents, how he was brought up. I was also trying to see if I could get a clue of any childhood traumas that he had, because definitely, nowadays tunasikianga childhood traumas, we need to be able to deal with them. So I was doing that. So it became very clear his relationship with his mother. Oh my god, he loved his mother, he adored his mother, he would do anything for his mother. For the dad, he respected the dad, definitely. They just had the normal relationship with the dad, but alikuwa ananiambianga he wished the dad did more for him and and his siblings. He also had 2 sisters, and I think he had 2 brothers, but one particular brother, I think it's like a cousin brother, ule mtu mwenye mmelewa naye kitu kayo, if I'm not wrong. So so and he really loved like his small sister. She was in high school. He really loved her, and I could see it. So now me on the other hand, okay, we connected on the parents level, because me on the other hand, I've grown up with my dad. I've been raised by a single dad. Let me tell you guys, I love my dad, I adore my dad. I would do anything for my dad. I would die for him if need be, right? But the relationship with my mother, it's a bit rocky. I don't want to talk too much about it. That's the part of my life I don't think I'm willing to share with the world, because let me tell you, I'm an open book. If you find me on Instagram, I share everything and anything, but the one part of my life that I've kept really close to me is my relationship with my mother. There's a bit of friction over there, because I deal with abandonment issues after the separation. So we connected on that level. So, and he would tell me, you need to be a little bit more, accommodating of your mother. You need to she's your mother. And I mean, at that point I would retort and say the same thing about the dad. I'd be like, yes, babako, he may not have raised you the way you have wanted, but he was there for you. So we connected on that level. So me, I'm deep, right? I'm deep. And then we had the whole conversation about posting it on social media. So many nilimwambia, I'm not ready yet, and I feel like I'd like to post this when it's really serious. So maybe better tukikaribia like kusettle down or ratio. Unaona pale mimi focus yangu ilikuwa, that's where I was. So for him, he was like, babe, there's no pressure. If you feel the need to, if you don't want to post, it's fine. But then he told me, if you feel the need to post, go ahead and post it. Mi sina shida. Kumwambia, okay, fine. So sasa mtakwambia hivyo, so tuna feel more confident in the relationship. So that particular week, by the disclaimer, I dated him for 10 days before all hell broke loose. So those 10 days, they were bliss, honestly. Like, they were really bliss. Like I told you guys, I used to find him very resourceful with information. Like nakumbuka there's one time tulikuwa na yeye, and over the weekend, the only weekend we were together. And I remember the chemist were closed na sikuwa na dawa, my medicine for my protein allergy. I have protein allergy, so when I indulge a lot in protein, like napatanga, one moment actually, let me just put this phone on silent. Sitaki watu sumbwe. Alright, it's on silent and no one is going to disturb us. So I was telling you guys I have protein allergy, so when I indulge too much, I normally get breakouts, and sometimes part of my body begin to swell, like my lips swell, my eyes will begin to swell when I get. So that day nilikuwa nimemaliza my medicine and I hadn't restocked, so when tukiwa na yeye chemist zilikuwa zimefungwa, and I was like, oh, you know babe, okay, I'm having a hard time because sasa nilikuwa nimekula nyama. And then he told me Alembe, can you go online and try and see if you can find a chemist? And it should be too obvious, nafaa kwa tu nikifikiria. Nikamwambia, akaniambia, let me help you. Maze, he went online, he found the nearest chemist and he placed the order. It was I think the Sunday off. Unaget. So the chemist I normally go to ilikuwa imefungwa. So for me, like, the guy was alikuwa ananisaidianga in such situations, you understand? So I used to really enjoy it, and even him, he used to tell me, I enjoy how much you depend on me, like I enjoy that you ask me so many things, you know. So tip for all you ladies out there, you know, just include your man, include him in stuff. He'll feel like the head, you understand? So yeah, the 10 days were bliss, honestly. Relationship wise, I mean, social wise, we were having the best time. And then, as much as nilikuwa nimesema stamp post, nilikuwa na feeling yako ka temptation. So what I decided to do to help me cope, I would like post him and then I would pretend he's a friend. So if you went on my social media, occasionally I would post him and be like, oh, look who I bumped into. But nilikuwa nimeshinda naye the whole day, probably that day. But if you were keen enough, you would listen to the music nilikuwa na post. So nilikuwa kama one time nilikuwa nimeka hii song ya Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. So if you were keen enough, you would notice the times I would post him, I would put like a love ballad. So see, now that's the social bit, right? Everything was cool. At this point, I even started having that conversation of moving out with him. You know, don't get too comfortable. You need to get it together and start moving. Akaanza kusema where he would like to move to. He'd mentioned Kiambu Road, sijui nyumba gani, some other nice apartments hapo Thendegwa, hapo Quickmart. And sijui they were going for sijui 50k, 45k. So I would tell him, like, you see, that's the problem with you. You're having money issues and you're still willing to spend a lot of money. So nilikuwa namwambia, don't move into a house that it's so expensive. Get like nyumba tu ya 15k, you know, like usijali, like nilikuwa namwambia, save your money, like you know. That's what, you know, because I'm a very anyway, so we were having that conversation. I remember the last day when we were conversing with him, we were talking about beds. Like, nilikuwa namuonyesha the kind of bed I would love for him to have. He was showing me the kind of beds he would want to buy, right? So that's how we are. Now let's talk about business side, because this is like the most important bit. Business side, guys. My man was struggling. Honestly speaking, my man was struggling and I didn't even know how I was going to help him. When I'd met him, at least alikuwa anaamka anaenda tao, sijui kwa naka atapata wasi wa kufinance business. At this point hakuwa anatoka roaka. You know, he was just like, I don't even know what to do. Sijui the loan the store supposed to give, she didn't like hold up her part of the deal. So he was struggling by the hata nilikuwa namuonanga huruma. Hata anyway, point is he was struggling. Nona. So society made you know what to do. Now, let me take you back. Kidogo tu. Let me take you back to that day we went to Milan, okay? So that day, there's something he said to me that was very weird. When he said it to me, by the way, I was like, why would he say that to me? but we never spoke more about it until now we became boyfriend and girlfriend. So that day tulikuwa kwa rafiki yake. When the friend went to the bedroom, aliniambia, I want to tell you something. Mwambie okay, akanambia I need your help. So mimi nilikuwa like, mimi nitakusaidiaje? So he goes ahead and tells me, I need you to tell Jane, your friend Jane, to invest in my business. Okay, let me give you a brief history. Jane is a friend of, okay, at this point tulikuwa tumeanza kujuana, so he knew the people around me. He knew akina Bex, akina Washuka nini. So I'd mentioned my like other friend who's called Jane, right? So the thing with me is I have friends across all age groups. Like I have guys who are my peers, I have guys who are 30s, I know guys who are in their 40s and even 50s, right? So I get along very easily with people. That's a very key strength I have. Me gel very easily with people. So disclaimer, kama me and you are having issues, baby girl, baby boy, probability is wewe ndio uko na issue. I said what I said.
I said what I said.
Anyway, point is, I get along with people, right? So nilikuwa nimwambia kuhusu a certain friend of mine. I don't even know how that conversation came up. So you can learn a picha yake ama nini. So nilikuwa nimwambia, oh, you know, Jane is my friend. She's in her late 40s and she's doing well for herself. You know, she lives in this neighborhood. Hivyo tu. So when he brought that up, akaniambia anataka Jane I invest in my business. I was like, say what now? I was like, nigga, wait a minute. But that didn't sit well with my spirit, because it's the same when somebody would tell you about someone and then now you tell that person to help you with money. So now when we had become boyfriend and girlfriend, he brought up the conversation again. He said, Cynthia, Yani, I'm really trying and I don't know where else to look. Why don't you tell your friend Jane to invest in my business? Hadi hiyo siku nikamuuliza, who is Jane? Because I mean, I'm really flabbergasted. I don't know if we have a common friend who's called Jane at this point, because in my head I didn't think alikuwa anaongelea my friend. Akaniambia, you know, Jane, your friend who lives in Kitusuru. Nikamwambia ati nini? Jane, your friend who lives in Kitusuru. Mwambie I invest in biashara yangu. Hey, honestly that did sit well with me. But now, sasa nikiwa girlfriend yake nilikuwa nasema, labda life imemgonga that far, no wonder and I feel the need niambie Jane. Nikasema okay, let me think about it. So nikafikiria, nikasema well, kutafuta investors is not unheard of, right? And since this is my boyfriend, this is not just a random stranger, I will see what I can do. So now I told him, talking to Jane about this is very difficult, because for me, the things me and Jane talk about ni kama holiday, vacation. She'll probably ask me, you know, based on now my social media, vile tu nakwanga active social media, she'll ask me, oh, where is the place people are going? Unajua like, ama niulize, where can I buy a wig? Ama I want a bag. You understand? Such things. We don't talk about money. I'm sure to her I'm such a baby. What can I even know about money? So nikamwambia, that's a very tall order. We've never had that conversation about money, about investment. But if you're really serious, do a proposal. Okay. Akaniambia, nifanye proposal. Nikamwambia kufanya proposal. For me, I didn't think he would come up with a proposal, honestly. I thought your story so how I should have known who I was dealing with. So tukonga kama asubuhi. Jioni alinitumia proposal. I was like, what? I was really impressed. Nikasema, haya, kumbe you can write a proposal. He was like, yeah. Now at this point, I'd figured out my boyfriend hakuwa amemaliza campus. Alikuwa ananiambia he was in UON, he was doing BCom, but hakumalizanga. I can't confirm or deny kama alikuwa UON, but point is he didn't have a degree. So when the proposal came, nilikuwa impressed. I was like, well, what do you know, you know? So I went through the proposal. Nikamwambia, you've done a good job, but your proposal is very shallow. You understand? Nikamwambia, if we're supposed to convince somebody to give us 6M upper, we need to do more, because nilikuwa nimemention ideally he would have wanted 6M to get back into business because he wanted to move oils doing na trailer 3 per week, na trailer moja ilikuwa worth 2 million. So unaona 3 trailers ilikuwa zinakuja 6 million. Naelewa? I went through the proposal. I was trying to, yani nilikuwa na really scrutinize, honestly speaking. Nilikuwa na scrutinize because one, I don't want to give my friend shoddy work, right? And I want to make sure whatever I'm presenting, it's representing me because I'm a brand. So, your proposal ilikuwa na PIN certificate because the company was a private limited company. And let me just say, when I first met him and he told me about the name of his company, the first thing I did was Google that company. I didn't see anything. So nikamwambia, mbona sioni anything about your company? Akaniambia, nikamwambia, you don't have a website at the very least. Akaniambia, no, KRA, Evo. So if you know anything about small businesses, when you hear the word KRA, you understand what anamaanisha. So mimi nilikuwa tu zile za, oh, okay, sawa. So I'd seen the PIN certificate. I was very keen. Maybe it helps I have a background in sales, and in sales we do proposal writing for like when we want to pitch to clients. So nilikuwa tu zile za, okay, kuna PIN certificate, check. Since this we're talking about the energy sector, kulikuwa na IPRA certificate. I checked when the certificate would expire. It would expire June of 2021. So now this is back in March, right? So, okay, that's valid. The other thing alikuwa may include was invoices of past work. And I'm telling you, those invoices zilikuwa na VAT. Na zilikuwa like big numbers. Kulikuwa na invoice ya 1.7, 2.4, 2.1, 1.2. No, there was nothing there that was below 1 million, honestly speaking. Honestly, million hivyo niko na haya, okay? Na kwanza hata jina ya kampuni kwa hapo blah 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 limited, right? Then hapo chini alikuwa explain, okay, he had given a brief background of the oil industry, the white oil industry, and then alikuwa explain the 6 million and how it would be paid. And then hapo chini kulikuwa na like contract signing, and alikuwa amesema you guys will invite the investor ata invite lawyers wake, and sisi tuta invite lawyers wetu, and then we tunge sign. I mean, me vile niliona lawyers, I was like, hey, okay, this is literally a real deal, you know? But what I think now, looking back in hindsight, I think that guy normally has a proposal somewhere. So when he starts this conversation with babes, anatumanga yo proposal. That's how I see it. So, mi nikaona, alafu nikamwambia, since proposal yako ni a bit shallow, we need to add more depth into it. Can I spruce it up? I told him spruce it up. He told me, no, babe, you spruce it up. Nikamwambia, okay, fine. Akaniambia, whatever vision you have in mind, spruce it up. So what did I do? The first thing I did, if you send a proposal, what to list their clients huko chini, right? So I asked him, do you have reference letters? He told me no, he doesn't have. Nikamwambia, okay, that's okay. We're going to list the clients that you have worked with. Like ukiangalia some people when they mention their clients, kuna na Coca-Cola, KCB, Safaricom, you understand? Wameka my logo. So it was the same thing. So our alikuwa na deal now Golden Africa Industry, Steel Apex, Nani, niliwalist tuko chini, you know, went online and Google their logos, nikazi add a bunch of them, like 7. Then the other thing nilifanya, I gave more background history on white oil. And then hapo kwa investment nika break it down from alikuwa meka tu 6M. So mimi nikamwambia si lazima upate mtu wa 6M. Unaweza pata hata mtu wa 2M, right? Na huyo mtu wa 2M akikupa 2M, you'll be back in business. Not at the capacity you want, but you'll be back in business. So break it down. So mimi nili break down nikaongeza ya 2 million na ya 6 million. Na akaniambia how we are going to be paying them. So when you have 2 million shillings, if you invested 2 million into the business, you would earn 3 million within a period of 12 months, right? So 2 million, if you divide by 12 months, it means per month, ume invest 166,666.66. It's not a perfect division, so tuseme tu 167,000, right? So us, we would pay you 250k per month. So in 12 months, 250 by 12 will come 3 million. I remember. So ulikuwa unapata profit ya 83,000 per month. You understand? So that was the deal. Hata nikamuuliza hiyo profit si mingi hiyo profit mtu ana make si mingi sana for just giving us money. Akaniambia mimi I want to get back into business. If somebody can get me back into business, me atantampe all I can. Nikamwambia okay, well and good. So at this point nikaanza ku get a bit excited. But then I even told him I'm not doing this pro bono. What is in it for me? Nikamwambia will I get something? Akaniambia yeah, because I'm always trying to look for money. Akaniambia, nikamwambia okay, that's fine. If I'll get something tutaongea about like the percentage. Akaniambia, and even he went further and told me, baby, once this business gets back on its feet, I invite you to come work with me. Because sometimes alikuwa anaona, because I'm in the sales department, alikuwa anaona nikiwa stressed about numbers. You know, sometimes I'd call him, I'm like, okay babe, numbers zangu hazijafika. You know, like your time kwanza ilikuwa end month, I remember, of March. And you know, if you're in sales, the end month really matters because you unaangaliwa like target wise umefika ama nini. So akaniambia unaonanga ukiwa stressed na sales, utaquit job yako, you work for me, right? So mimi nilikuwa tu zile za I quit my job and come work for you. Nikamwambia no, that will never happen. Because nikamwambia if I come work for you as your girlfriend, if this thing doesn't work out, you literally put me out in the cold, you know. But if I'm your wife, if I'm your wife, right, you can include me as part of directorship. That is the only way I would come work for you. Naelewa hadi hapo? Tuko together hadi hapo. So that's what happened. So nika spruce up proposal. Alafu, since I was so proud of the job I had done, hapo at the first page, ilikuwa financial proposal by Steven Minor. I included my name because I'm like, nimeslavia hiki to and Cynthia Wevera. You know, you're not going to put me out. I'm going to get my due credit. So that was now the proposal. So nakumbuka at this point alikuwa ananiambia, babe, you're taking too long. By the way, I took my time with that proposal. I took about 3 days, but I was busy with work, so sikuwa na pay much attention to it until finally he told me, babe, you're wasting time. We need to send this thing out. So let me tell you something about me. I've already told you guys I get along with people very easily. Another thing is, because of that nature of mine, I happen to know a lot of people. Me neza meet mtu, we talk, we get along, we exchange numbers, and we'll keep contact via WhatsApp. Or via phone. It doesn't have to be WhatsApp. It could be phone calls, messages. Unaelewa, I'm that type of person. And let me tell you, if you go through my phone, guys, you may find the deputy president's number. You know, so point is I'm well connected. Sasa nimekuwa excited about this possibility of making money. And me, I'm at an age in my life where I know these are the years to put in the work in order for me to live the life that I want later. So I try to get involved in many business ventures as possible. So sami nona, mafuta najulikana kwa na pesa, hapa sintaomoka, right? So nikaangalia through my contact list, like who else would I want to send this out to? Jane was the first person. Nikatumia my friend DM. Okay, these are my friends who are like in their late 30s or late 40s who I know wanaweza probably kwa na kalose 2 million somewhere they may want to invest. Nikatumia DM, nikatumia EM, nikatumia GK, nikatumia one of my really close friends is called Kevo, he's a family friend. And nikatumia Sekadha, nikatumia Jane, nikatumia Mary. Unaelewa, so mimi nikatuma. You know, when you send somebody a proposal, they can either say yes or they say no. So mimi hata sikuwa naona hamu, nilikuwa nasema asipotaka si atasema tu no, we keep it moving, right? So the first person who responded was DM. DM, I've known him. Okay, he used to go to the same school with my brother in primary. So aliona hiyo proposal akaniambia, Waithera, is this a legit thing? Nikamwambia this is a legit thing. Akaniambia, I'm only asking because nimechomeka kwa deals kama hizi before. Mimi niko hapo like, umeona LPOs za 1.7, 2.4. Nikamwambia hapo uwezi chomeka, hapa tuko ndani. Ndani. So he's like, okay. He did his math, akaniambia, so I'll be making 83,000 per month. Nikamwambia, akaniambia 83,000 ni pesa kidogo. Can you push it to 100,000? Now I told my boyfriend, please be on standby because DM amesha respond. So whenever DM would ask me a question, I would tell my boyfriend. Zenye nilikuwa naweza kujibu, nilikuwa najibu. Na nilikuwa najua a lot by the way. Ask me about anything in the white oil industry and I will tell you. So nilikuwa najibu maswali. And then enye siwezi jibu, I tell him and then ananipa response na via DM. So nikamwambia DM, anasema 83,000 ni pesa kidogo. Can we push it to 100,000? So that would mean instead of paying you to 50k, we would pay you to 70k. Nugget. I told him, and then that guy was really good in mathematics. So this time tuko kwa phone ananiambia 70k times ananiambia inaweza, lakini ya Juesta mlipa December. Apparently December is a slow month, so watu hawalipwi December, unalipwa sio project ilikuwa hii mwaka. So tungeanza April, so April nini as in all those months minus December, we will carry it forward to Jan. You understand? So nikaambia DM was like, "Hey, okay, sawa." Then he went ahead and tell me, "Cynthia, 2 million is not loose change." Nikamwambia, I know that. Akaniambia, "How about niwape 1 million, you try. If the business is good, I will sink more money into it." Okay. Sasa mimi nimeanza kufurahi. Nikaambia my boyfriend, "Hey babe, DM anasema tuanze na 1M." He told me 1M haiwezi. The least we can do is 2M. Mimi nani nikarudisha maneno, nikaambia DM 1M haiwezi. The best we can do is 2 million. DM akakachini akaniambia, "Okay, nitakupa 2 million." Alafu akaniambia 2 million is not loose change. So why don't we do this? Why don't we have a meeting on Friday? So now we were talking with him, I think it was Tuesday. Akasema Friday, nikamwambia what time, where, akaniambia I'll confirm. I couldn't believe it. As in, I didn't think it would be that easy to find investors. Sasa nimekuwa excited kabisa. Nikamwambia, "Okay, fine." I even tell my boyfriend is like, "Fine, yo siku tuta show up." Hata tukaanza kuongea about like what are we going to wear that day. Kaanza kumuuliza, does he have a laptop? Are we going to go with 2 laptops? I don't even think he has a laptop. Ama nikuje na yangu. Unala ilikuwa hizo vitu. We were getting ready for the meeting, okay? So at this point, I even started telling my friend Washuka because she's also very well connected. Nikamwambia Washuka, "Uwezi shikanana, uwezi tafuta mtu mwenye anaweza invest." Washuka, let me tell you, she didn't want to hear anything to do with this guy or money, you know. Aliniambia, "Okay, no." Kwanza niko kwa simu, nikamwambia Washuka, no, sina, I don't know anyone, you know. So I was just looking at her zileza, "My friend, tutaomoka tukuache hapo, you know, and the next time utaniona, I'm going to be in a Mercedes and I'm going to be waving, you know." So I mean, nilikuwa build all these castles in the air, the possibility of making money, all that, you know. Kila mtu anajaribu kuomoka in this life. That's why we work so hard. So I reached out to my friend Diana. There was somebody in her life at that particular point I felt angeweza ku benefit from all this. Nikatumia Diana proposal, nikamwambia, "Suambie nani?" Come on board. Akaniambia, sawa, Diana being the nice friend that she is, akaniambia, "Sawa, nitampea proposal alafu tutajua the way forward." So sasa si tuko set, right? Hasa yule mtu tunaangalia ni Jane. Tuko tu zile za Jane, we are watching you, we want you to open that nini. So usome uinvest with us because Jane alikuwa ameniambia she's looking to invest. Unaelewa? So mimi nilikuwa naona this is just the best place she can invest and she'll make her money quick and within a year umekwa name. I don't think sioni kama hiyo ni mbaya sana. So nilikuwa nangoja Jane, but Jane never got to open that proposal. So that's now Tuesday. Now Wednesday, let's go back to social media. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. I am actually very active on Instagram. I post daily recaps. I talk about anything like relationship, especially, I try to engage my crowd. Sasa, that day, I was talking about introducing your significant other to your parents. So nilikuwa nimeka pika video ketu, me and him. And okay, like I'd mentioned, I wasn't ready to tell the world who he was. So nilikuwa nasema he's a friend. Sorry. Nilikuwa nasema he's a friend. So that particular story had a lot of traction. It was a series of stories. Guys were sharing their opinion on how, you know, they introduced their significant others to their folks, right? So low-key by day I was taking notes. I was like, probably yet that day is coming too soon. Haya. So after nearly positive one in imeka like a few hours, I get an inbox from a certain girl. So this particular girl, I met her back in 2014 through Rebecca. Walikuwa in the same hostels back in campus. So in 2014 tulienda, I think Masaku 7. I think she was part of the crew. So tulienda naye Masaku 7. See, of course tukakuwa like buddies. I told you guys I get along with people to exchange numbers, and then we just started becoming social media buddies. Tunafuatana on Instagram. So alikuwa ananifuata and I also follow her. Ali slide into my DM akaniambia, Cynthia, I have my reservation about this guy. I need you to be super careful about him. Guys, that's not what you want to hear about your new boyfriend. Or even old boyfriend, honestly. Oh my god, what now? I feel so happy. I am so happy. We're getting along. We're gonna make money. So you know. And when she told me that, I just didn't know what to respond. So shortly after Alini inbox, another girl DM'd me. So this particular girl, I know her from high school. We're in the same high school. I was one class ahead of her. So she's a very nice, pleasant girl. I remember that about her in high school. So I can inbox, I can respond to that particular story, and you can make me and that guy. And she put laughing emojis. Now, this girl, on top of knowing her from high school, I had seen her picture in his phone when we tulikuwa tumeanza kumeet uko the first days. Now as we were getting serious, nilimuuliza, is this your ex? Akaniambia, no, that's not my ex, that's somebody I had a fling with, for like 2 weeks, under 3 weeks, it didn't work out. Nikamwambia, okay, me, you know, when you tell me such things, I think I trust you easily because I have nothing to hide. So me believe vile mimi na deal na mtu ni vile ana deal na mimi, but you know, people are wicked out here. So akaniambia she's somebody like we had a small fling, but it never worked out. So even when she was inboxing me, I knew who she was, right? So me, I'm thinking I have the information, I have the upper hand, you can tell me nothing, I know you. No, so akaput laughing emoji. So me nika respond nikamwambia, yeah, I know boys talk a lot. So naye akaniambia, I'm just laughing because this guy is my ex. Keep in mind, me, I know they had a fling. So hata akisema ex, nilikuwa then na refer to that fling. Nikamwambia, in my head I was like, you don't say. But then nikatext nikamwambia, when did this happen? Then she goes ahead and tells me we broke up November of last year after he assaulted me. Guys, I hope mna keep track of this story. I hope easy 2 weeks I'm just how the other two parts. Remember the first day I met him, alikuwa ameniambia he was married last year, right? And apparently wali break up because Ali assaulted your Dave. So mimi tu immediately nilishikanisha 1 + 1 = 2, nikajua this girl is the ex. This girl was not even a fling. So now after nimeshikanisha ilikuwa like, hey girl, now you have my attention, tell me more. So akaniambia, you know, he used to live in my house, I used to pay all the bills. Mimi nilikuwa like, what? Haukuachiwa nyumba vile niliambiwa? She's like, no. Okay, nikamuuliza, I even asked her, why did he move into your house? I mean, akaniambia he had suggested after they started dating, moving into the house. So now after some time, she told me, let me stop there. Nikasema, no, honey, don't stop here. So I knew I had to be very smart because sasa she had become a mine of information na mimi sikuwa nataka ku lose. You know, like sometimes I want to know more. I wanted to know who I'm dealing with. So I knew I had to be very smart. Nikacheza reverse psychology, nikamwambia, listen, if I knew you were dealing with somebody who was trouble to you, I would let you know. So I'm asking you to do the same. By telling her this, nilikuwa namwekea hiyo burden ya kuwa assistance keeper ili I respond. And it worked. Akaniambia, how about you call me? Akaniandikia namba yake. Nikamuuliza, are you busy right now? She said no. Immediately, nili long press that number. You know the good part, when you long press a number on Instagram, it appears on your phone book, right? Your phone book top immediately. So the only thing you need to do is press the green button ili call. So me, that's what I did. In fact, alinikola akanambia, yani umenicall so fast, I don't just waste time. Nikamwambia, yes, you waste time. So of course, tulianza another pleasantries like, oh, have you been? It's been so long since high school. And evil. And then now we got to the heart of the matter. Maybe that's what I wanted. Nikamwambia, yeah, tell me about this guy. Akanambia, she told me about their history, where they met. Akanambia this guy suggested they move in together, and akanambia that guy has a very sweet tongue, like he knows how to fine-tune women, which is true. But then I never met a person who I felt understood women the way that nigga understood me, honestly. Nilikuwa tuna feel anyway. Akanambia like after wali meet kwa some certain party, alianza ku like show interest, alikuwa anaenda kwake, anampelekea flowers, fruits na Mercedes Benz. The Mercedes Benz is real, we'll get to it and where it went to. Akanambia living with him started becoming a nightmare. Oh wait, he suggested they move in together. Sindio, so nikamwambia, why didn't you like get a house? Yani kila mtu atoke pale alikuwa muishi kwa nyumba ingine. Akanambia the guy had suggested where she Buru, and her she didn't want to go to Buru. Her she loved where she stayed because it's close to work, which made sense, right? So aka move in. Apparently he only moved in with a cooker. That's the only thing alikuja nayo. Everything else in that house belonged to her. Mimi nilikuwa tu hapo, my god, what? Anyway. She goes ahead and tells me what living with him, it can't kukua a nightmare. Like sometimes auctioneers would come to the house, like walikuwa na muitisha gari. So the thing is, according to her, the car was bought on loan. The last thing that guy told me, because he says 10 days are bliss and we were together, I asked him about the car, and he told me that he had bought the car cash. However, he had placed it as a collateral for a certain loan. So because of that, the bank because of that, the bank hata alikuwa ananiambia, I think at this point the guy himself told me, I think the bank will come for this car, you know, because at this point kuna mbaki na gari yako imekaa kwa meka na tunaenda kuiona lini, you know. So this lady told me apparently the car was bought on loan, not what he had told me. And sometimes auctioneers would come to the house to, like, you know, look for the money. So akanambia even one time walishuka huko chini, like he used to drop her to. I'm telling you, this guy alikuwa Mr. Right, alikuwa anamdropingi job. So at one day wakishuka chini kwenda kwa gari, who did they find? CIDs. So me nilikuwa tu hapo like, oh my god. Because the person she was describing and the person that I was dealing with were two very different people. Honestly, they were very different. So akaendelea akaniambia she gave him money twice, like a lot of money, and he never returned it. Ati sijui alimwambianga mpe sijui 70k sijui afanye nini ya kurudisha nini. And then finally time ingine he calls her, he's in like police. So ako kwa polisi ameshikwa and he needs to be bailed out na 250k. So according to him, but all these stories this girl alikuwa ananiambia, this guy had told me, but his version and this girl's version zilikuwa very different. But the one thing I would say is that his story was like a story that had holes, you understand? So her story ilikuwa inakam, kulikuwa na mali zilikuwa zinaingia na unaona hapo there's something. So anyway, so now alikuwa ameshikwa na polisi, akamwambia huyo dame according to him ati sijui ende kwa sisterke. Alikuwa na one of the sisters was an older sister, I think she was the firstborn. ampe pesa ya bail. According to him, alikuwa ananiambia he needed 150k to be bailed out. According to her, he needed 250k, and there was no, akukuwa na story ya sister. Udem alichukua like bank overdraft akaenda kumtoa. So the good thing with bond, after mtu amejipresent ya koti, you can always get the money back, right? So she had gone to that extent. Nilikuwa namwambia, hey, na ulikuwa na do, you know, like me. Disclaimer, if you're dealing with me or before you DM me, ukwe na issues na the law, you need to be bailed out. Sijui kama imepita 3k, don't call me. Please call your mother. Mimi sitakusaidia, honestly speaking. Anyway, the things we do for love. So them come bail out. So then I asked her about like the assault. Then akaniambia apparently that was the first time he put his paws on her, like alikuwa anamchapanga, like if he would get violent whenever he would drink. So I think that was probably incident number 2 or 3, I think. So apparently asked her what was the reason for him like kumchapa. It had nothing to do with alopecia, nothing at all. Everything to do with drinking. And that day alimchapa like almost the whole night. She tried to scream for help, nobody came, and then in the morning akamwambia kai siangalau hata unipe simu yangu. Alikuwa amechukua simu yake akaficha. Unipe simu yangu, ni call job until niwaambie I'm not coming because of 1 or 2 reasons. And this guy alikuwa adamant. Finally akamwambia call one person. That's when she called the lady who was the first one to inbox me. That lady, I think they used to work together if I'm not wrong. So that lady called sistake wakamwendea. That's how she got out. Okay, so mimi nilikuwa tu zile za what? Then she even goes ahead and tells me the lawyer who represented him now when he had that case hapo kwa koti, he never paid the lawyer. So this lady bumped into the lawyer like another time. Lawyer akamwambia, you know, your guy never paid me. So that chick akamwambia, mimi hata tulikosana na Charlie. Akamwambia really, na alikuwa ameniambia ati hakuwa na doza kunilipa juu you uko na alopecia na alikuwa amekulipia apparently yo surgery. Then she goes ahead and tells me, I don't know why he keeps telling people I have alopecia. Let me tell you, if there's one thing I remember about that girl from high school, she had a head full of hair. And even up to now, it hasn't changed. You know the way kulikuwa na wale wase shule walikuwa na nywele. She was one of those girls. I think nywele yake ilikuwa mob na ilikuwa refu. I remember very well. So this girl was like, I don't even know why he goes around telling people I had alopecia. But I have a theory about that and you will hear. So then she goes, the last thing that now she told me, sasa ili seal the deal vizuri sasa. She goes ahead and tells me, but your stepbrother knows he's a con artist. Kamamia, my stepbrother, kanambia, yeah, your stepbrother. And then I'm like, which stepbrother? By virtue of marriage, guys, I have 2 stepbrothers and 1 stepsister. So vile alisema hivyo nilikuwa zile za stepbrother. Haya, kasema. So I decided to like jog her memory because ni kama hakuwa nakumbuka jina. And it sounded like my stepbrother had like alikuwa na hit on her, alikuwa na hit on her, wakatry like to have something but it didn't work. So nikamwambia, are you talking about Jackson Maneki? Because that's my youngest stepbrother. Akanambia, no. Then akanambia, your stepbrother who lives in Roysambu. So mimi hapo nilikuwa like, none of my stepbrothers live in Roysambu. One of them lives in Raka and one mwingine anaishi Kileleshwa. So mimi nilikuwa like, who is she talking about? Nikamwambia, are you talking about Jackson? No. She's like, I don't remember. Nikamwambia, John Mogo? No. Nikasema, let me say my brother. Because then akanambia, no, he's very handsome. You know, he lives in Roysambu and he's very handsome. One thing music watu akisema is that my brother Maina is very handsome. So nikamwambia, are you talking about Steven Maina? Akanambia, no. Akanambia, why am I not remembering? Then she goes ahead and tells me he drives a white Honda Insight. Guys, let me tell you something. The man in my life who lives in Resambu and drives a Honda Insight is none other than my ex-boyfriend. So then nilimwambia, I mentioned my ex-boyfriend's name. Akaniambia, yeah, he's your stepbrother. Nikamwambia, girl. He's not my stepbrother. Akaniambia, he's my ex. Akaniambia, what? I think alishtuka, like, what? He told me he's your stepbrother. So apparently, my ex, alisema, me and him share a father. So apparently he's the son of the first wife, and today I'm the daughter of the current wife, the last wife. So akamwambia, because the question to him was, why do you live here if you come from this family and you know your dad has apparently all this? They seem like you guys seem to be doing well. So akasema, since you know I'm the son of the first wife, I'm trying to live life on my own. You guys, do you see why I have nothing good to say about my ex? I have why mbona alikuwa ananitumia? I mean, apparently the girl had seen, I think, pictures of us or something. Mbona alikuwa ananitumia? Angekam tu clean aseme, she's my ex. I'm not in his life. We broke up in 2019. Anyway, mtu akikwambia yeye ni step brother yangu, don't believe the hype. Kama itu Jackson Maneki, John Mugo, or Steven Miner, he's not my step brother. Sawa. So that's what happened. Nilikuwa tu zile za what? Anyway, so nikamwambia, thank you so much for telling me all this. Akaniambia, just be careful. Just be very careful. Oh, then the last thing she told me was, he even started asking me to ask my uncles to give him 2 million and 6 million. Hey. So now this is where now nimeanza kushtuka zile za mimi nimekuwa nikituma out proposal ya 2 million na 6 million, right? And then finally by the day I asked her, really, what does this guy do? Because umesema all these troubles with the law, nini akaniambia he's a con artist. I couldn't believe it. Akaniambia, the father of the girl is in the oil industry. So when the assault happened, her family had to be involved, like even the dad and the mother, and the dad was like, can I see a picture of this guy who assaulted you? Kuonyesha picture, babaka alisema, this guy is a non-scammer in the oil industry. We all know him. Ulikuwa unafanya nini na huyu kijana? Mimi, let me tell you, I just started shaking. I just told that girl, thank you so much for all you have told me. You have saved a life, as in Asante. And I hung up. Tuliongea for 48 minutes. I was shocked. I was frazzled. I was bamboozled, guys. I was just like, so me, I was just in shock. I think I was just thinking about, because the first person who crossed my mind was DM. Like, I had put his money in danger. You know, he's a family man. He has children. You know, nilikuwa nimeka even his family in danger. I couldn't believe it. So while we were talking with this girl, I took a screenshot of like her phone number and sent it to the guy. Nikamwanikia, you're in very big trouble. Ali recognize the number, akaniambia, we, ukitaka kupewa chai, utapewa chai. Mimi, hata mimi napewa chai about her. Akamwambia wewe tutaongea. So after the phone conversation, nikajaribu kumwongelesha on WhatsApp, but nikashindwa. No, actually I called him. Alikuwa line busy. So after like 1 second, he called me back. Mimi ata, when I have heightened emotions, I'm not rational. You know, neza kurukia. I won't give you a chance to talk. You know, so we decided to switch over to WhatsApp. The first question I asked him was, are you a fucking con artist? I just could beat around the bush. And he told me, believe what you want to believe. Let me tell you, if you're dealing with a man or a woman and you confront them with the truth and they tell you believe what you want to believe, ujue umempata red-handed, ni vile hajafikiria the next lie. So many nilikuwa tu ziliza, oh my god. You know? Mimi, guy. You guys, I was shaken. I was shaken. Nikamuliza, honestly, how am I supposed to fight for you? Even if I want to be the ride or die girlfriend, the accusations, the stories I have had, Nikame, that girl didn't make shit up. She knew what she was talking about. She has inside information. Akanambia, I'm going to give you some time to think about it. Because me nilikuwa so, nilikuwa na feel clogged up in my mind. So many thoughts are going through my mind. So nikamwambia, yeah, give me time. Immediately tulimaliza kuongea. It didn't even take me 2 or 3 minutes, because when I have heightened emotions, I make decisions very fast. So immediately me too nilimtext nikamwambia, forget we ever met. And I didn't even wait for him to respond. Vile tu niliandika forget we ever met, niliona tu ime blue tick, nilimblock on WhatsApp. And I just sat there and I felt so stupid, by the way. Nilikuwa na feel mtu bloody fucking.
Tunaenda kukua watu bloody fucking.
Honestly speaking, nilikuwa nashindwa. Nilikuwa na look back naona all the signs were there. You know, like, why didn't you see it? You guys, I have never felt so shaken in my life. So I called my friends. Nika called Diana. Then I can oh my god, that guy will land you in jail. Why better cut your losses and keep it moving. Come on, girl, you don't need to tell me twice. It is done. Nika call Washuka alikuwa chuzile. But she was very nice. Hakuniambia I told you. But alianza tu kuniambia, aya, wewe na huyo msichana mlifanya exchange program. You ended up dating her guy and she ended up meeting up with your ex. Nikamwambia Shuka, me, I don't know what to say. Anka call Bex akaniambia, just let that guy go. Just let him go. Hey. Honestly, I was shaking just thinking how close I had come to letting people give out their money. But then hiyo time nakumbuka I was so determined, nilikuwa nimesema nita make sure at the very least to get for him. So now what did I do? I took my time. I drafted an apology, not really apology letter. Niliandika message to everyone. I sent a proposal. Nikamwambia this thing is a scam. Nikamwambia don't even worry, I didn't give out information about you. So nikamwambia kila mtu, in case anyone tries to contact you, ujue tu ni scam. So nikatumia DM, then akaniambia nikamwambia I'm so sorry. Mimi sikuwa true. Nikatumia kina Jane, nikatumia kina Mary. You know, I apologize. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. You know, it's funny, these guys know such things happen. Like my friend Marilyn and the emergency fights, and these things happen in life. Like, it's, don't worry. Even Jane was like, it's okay. Like, as long as we didn't lose anyone. Okay. They were actually very understanding. So that time, go over to Instagram. This guy, I'm an inbox Instagram, my boyfriend. Ameniandikia hapo ati pull down this video, saila video yetu, alafu akaniandikia you should have fought for me the way Ida Bambi fought for the senator. Fought for what? Fight for what? Love me. I fight for you. Yeah? No. I didn't even dignify that with a response. Nilimblock on WhatsApp. I mean on Instagram as well. Nika pull down the video. Because sasa nilikuwa na imagine it felt like I had stared the devil right into his eyes, and I didn't want anything to do with it. Nothing. So, but then I struggled a lot, by the way. Like, nakumbuka talking to one of my friends, one of my workmates, she's called Dorcas, and I just told her, I feel so down. You know, and I told her, I normally think I'm a smart person. How did I not see it? And she told me, take it easy. Like, these things happen even to the best of us. And she told me, sometimes when love is involved, you know, like, you don't think straight. Kamambia, I know, but imagine if something would have happened to like people's money. I can remember nothing happened. You know, God saved you. And honestly, if I ever doubted God loved me, that day nilijua God ananipenda. He looked out for me so much. So after that, my auntie from Buru calls me The next day akanambia whether I want to talk to you. Nikamwambia okay, akanambia I want to talk to you like the way a mother talks to her daughter. Akanambia is dad around? Nikamwambia no, hajafika bado. Akanambia we can talk. Nikamwambia okay. So she tells me, nakumbuka Sunday you were at my place. Now this is like Wednesday, because we broke up on Wednesday. Sunday we were my auntie called me on Thursday. Akanambia nakumbuka Sunday you were at my place. You told me about the guy. Akanambia I feel in my spirit he's not a good guy. I feel like you're dealing with a con artist. Nikamwambia what? But those were her words verbatim. Nikamwambia auntie, let me tell you what happened. So I told my auntie everything except the proposal bit. So hapo anajua nilikuwa tafuta pesa. Akanambia let me tell you, when you meet a guy should always show you his best side, especially at the very beginning. The fact that this guy alikuwa anakwambia mashida zake, that should have been red flag number 1. Akamwambia okay, thank you. So now I met people who I think to God alikuwa ananipa clarity. 2 weeks after that I met one of the people he had introduced me to. So akaanza kuniambia hi, how you doing? Nikamwambia I'm good. How are you doing? Nikamwambia I'm very well. Nikaanza kumuuliza how are your people, because I wanted him to ask me how is this guy so we can start that conversation. So akaniambia my people are good nini, but he wasn't asking me how is this guy, right? So I nika volunteer information because I was like, this may be my only chance to meet him. I didn't have his number nini. So nikamwambia the story. Akaniambia, he started laughing because he's such a guy. Nikamwambia, did you know your friend is a con artist? Akanambia, let me tell you, you dodged a bullet. He told me keep running and don't look back. Nikamwambia, akanambia, that guy. Kwanza, the ex had told me he has a lot of women, like he has a lot of hoes. That guy stayed the same. Nikamwambia, what anakwangana si wengi, like wewe uli dodge bullet, kimbia. So he goes ahead and tells me there was a time alikuwa anasema ati alikuwa sijui macha alikuwa amegongwa na gari, right? His arm upper, something had happened, like he was really hurt, like alikuwa anatembea ni kama unajua vile mtu ana that time akwa macha, apparently sijui alikuwa ameenda club Avery and one of his other hoes ran him, alijaribu kumrun over na gari. Sijui alikuwa amefanya na nini. Do you understand like the kind of life this man lives? I even have a theory that the car alikuwa amekuja nayo that day at Village Market ilikuwa ya Dave, and I think he was having a hard time leaving her house without the car. I think probably alikuwa ananiambia kinipe gari niende nikammeet a friend. You understand? So me kusikia hivyo nilikuwa tu zile za later on I remember another girl tulikuwa na yeye fellowship back in high school campus the last year. Akaniambia, we atulikuwa una deal na Maina. Nikamshoya akanambia, huyu hata si boyfriend material. Huyu he's a very shifty guy. Nikamwambia, you don't say. Akanambia, apparently wanaendanga sometimes drinking a bunch of people. So he's part of that crew and like some other guys. And I remember these guys, they're young men, but they have like older women who keep them. So in short, they're sugar babies. And then they have like 2-3 girlfriends. And when they go to the club, they act single. Mi sikuwa naamini. Kaya mimi nilikuwa tusilezwa. Aki. Nakumbuka when I was telling you guys used to give me attention. So when guys are telling me about all these, I'm like, hi, for real. Like, hey. Lakini mwanaume ni nani? Mwanaume ni mtu anaweza panga 2 or 3 or 4 girls and make them think they have attention when they don't, So me, I was just over there. After all that, my friend Kevo called me. Kevo was one of the guys nilikuwa nimetumia your proposal. Akanambia sasa nini unanitumia? Nikamwambia we acha tusianze story, unajua hiyo story hata ilikuwa scam. Akanambia I knew it from the moment niliona hiyo proposal. Nikamuuliza how did you know that? Okay, first and foremost, he gave me some pointers that I feel I need to share. He said, be very careful about young men who seem to have made it. Yani wako na pesa mingi. They are young and they work in the oil, gold, mercury and pharmaceutical industry, and it's not family wealth. So me and Kivo know each other because our parents work in the same industry. So alikuwa ananiambia, wewe unajua vile. You know how hard our parents work. But then let me tell you, up to this day, my dad leaves this house at 4:30. Akilala tu ni maybe 1-2 days amechoka, analala, anaamka, atatoka kwa nyumba 8. Una get? So aliniambia, you know our parents how hard they've been working. If it was that easy to make money, si basi tungekuwa trillionaires. Kama you do have a point there. Akaniambia, okay, be careful. Akaniambia kumekuwa very wicked. A story like yours is very common. These men know how to play with women's emotions. Then he told me, human beings are naturally wicked. Nobody wants to see you succeed more than them. So alikuwa ananiambia, how does somebody just come out of the blues with there akwambie I want you how to make money? Mbona asiende kwambie like the sister and the mother? You understand? So mimi nilikuwa like, okay. Like alikuwa na make my heavy points up with some obvious heavy points. Mimi nilikuwa like, ananiambia, it's okay. At least nothing happened to you, but be very, very, very careful. By the way, he talked to me, I think tuliongea for like 1 hour. I even told him, can you please come on my YouTube channel? And he said no. He likes being behind the scenes. And no, otherwise I would have brought him here. But that's my story. And somebody asked me, was there temptation to think, since he was treating me so well and the ex had brought all these stories, he would, ile temptation kufikiria, you can't treat me the way, he won't treat me the way he treated her. Honestly speaking, no. I didn't even think about that even for 2 minutes, because for me, I just knew if this guy is a con artist, it's a matter of time before he stings me as well. So with that being said, I think a lot about that guy, not in the sense of getting back together with him, just the kind of life he's chosen to live. Maybe for some of us, we are very lucky. We have privilege, right? Okay, privilege is different. There are levels to this. There are people who have the political class privilege, the ones when you wameomoka wow, their children, and for some of us, we just have like parents who have laid a really good foundation. And for me, for instance, I don't know what my life would be without my dad. Honestly, he has done a lot for me, and I know some people don't have that. Some people really have to build life from scratch. So I think about him in that sense. Sileza, this guy's building life from scratch. I mean, that must be very tough, So maybe sometimes mtu anajaribu all their best, and you know how unemployment in Kenya is a mess right now. There's a lot of nepotism, bureaucracy, corruption. It's not easy finding a job. So maybe somebody has tried their best, and ile hustle makes sense. Put bread and butter is the hustle of being a con artist. And I remember having a conversation with my dad about it, and he was like, "Nacha, hakuna mtu anamkanga anasema anataka kuwa con artist." Kamwambia, yeah, sometimes tu unapatanga hapo tu ndio unaweza kutengeneza pesa. And maybe he's that type, maybe he had to make that type of decision in his life. And with that being said, am I being an apologist for the kind of life he's chosen? No, I'm not. I'm just asking the question, what if it was a choice based on circumstances? You get? And the thing with life is, when you make such decisions, I don't know what happened to my volume, but let me just redo that part and just say, the thing with, okay, what if this guy has made this decision based on circumstances, And I'm not trying to be an apologist for the kind of life he's chosen to live, but I think a lot about that. And the thing with life is, even if you've had a hard upbringing and you decide to delve into that type of life, you will pay the consequences. We've had so many stories of people who got involved in like shady businesses and they had to pay the price. They died by the gun. Some have gone to prison. You understand? So I think about it. I think about him in that sense and wonder, what would it take for him to live? Because it's a very fast-paced life. If you're able to make enough money to buy you an E350, that's, we all want it easy, but at what cost? So with that being said, I think I just wanted to tell my story because I wanted other young girls or other people who have been brought up in a very sheltered home, young or old, to just be careful out there, you may think life is rainbows, teletubbies based on the environment you've been brought up in, but it's a jungle out here. Like, even men would do anything to get the easy way out. So I need you guys to be super careful when you see red flags like the ones you have seen in this story. Please duck, please run for your life. You know what, whatever, that curiosity of wanting to be there and to know more will cost you more than dropping everything and running the other side. So that's why I told my story. I didn't tell this story to bash him. If I told this story to bash him, I would have told you many other things I've not mentioned. I would have told you about many other things I will not mention, because okay, first, I know my parents are gonna watch this and I don't want them to think they did a bad job in bringing me up, because some things were really obvious. It's just that it never crossed my mind I would ever deal with a con artist. So, and now that this has happened to me, I think now I know a lot of such stories, you know. So recently, that I was being told a story of another lady. She was doing really well for herself. She's in her 30s, single mother, and she met this guy. And you know, the way with single mothers, they just have that stigma of I'm not sure if people will love me and the child I come with. So she met this guy who decided to love her the way she wanted to be loved. And kidogo, he moved in. But then be very careful about a man who moves into your house. I think a real man would want you guys to find their own space, or you move into his house. So if somebody is so comfortable to move into your house, think twice. So this guy, akajona hata alikuwa anaenda family functions. Kidogo alimwambia sijui ampe pesa business like 4 million. This girl was doing well. The lady alimpea 4 million because this is my person, right? That guy disappear on her. Disappear in the sense that, by the way, apparently kwa WhatsApp status he still posts, anashinanga akipost WhatsApp status, but disappear na pesa. And this story, I think you can't take it to court because nobody forced you to give money. You willingly gave somebody money. You understand? There's no written agreement alikuwa anafaa kurudisha. So her business was severely affected, you guys. I think the 4M was her capital. It got to a point where she could no longer be able to afford the life in Nairobi. She sold her car, and right now she's relocated from Nairobi and moved to another town, trying to start life. She doesn't even live with a child anymore. Mtoto wake anaishi na sister yake, because she's literally starting life from scratch, because alipea huyo Charlie everything she had. And such stories break my heart, and such stories make me want to tell my story so that people can be careful. I was lucky enough, the ex reached out to me and told and warned me, and in the same manner I want to pay it forward and warn somebody else, you know. It's bad out here. I'm lucky I got out unharmed. Nobody's money was taken, but I don't know if the next girl will get out unharmed, and that is why I'm telling this story. You know, if I could do more, like probably kangakuwa nimesomea law and I knew there's something else I could do, I would, but there's nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is tell my story and hope my voice gets amplified by social media so that other people will know the story. And the story of dating a con artist is as old as, I don't know, it's not new under the sun. So these people will be there, but you need to be careful. You need to look out for yourself, baby girl. You need to look out for yourself. So that's why I told this story. So we've come to the end. I hope you guys were not only entertained, but you're also informed, because that's really the main aim of this story. Actually, telling this story really challenged me. I didn't even know I had storytelling capabilities, but you know, we learn new things every day about ourselves. So again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, please like, and please share this video. Let's have this conversation with other people, okay? And lastly, I'd just like to say, be very careful about Instagram. a lot of people are faking it out there. Okay, usibabaike sana. Ukiona mtu ako age yako ana drive gari kubwa, chances are either ni gari ya babake ama wash business. It's nothing else, because life organically as it is, if you're on a salary at 27, you should not be driving an E350. So usibabaike sana. I think this story for me has really calmed me down. Nowadays when I see things on Instagram, just I'm like, it's okay, we move, tupatane mbele, you know. And lastly, I would just say it will be a long journey for the rest of us who are going to do things the legal way, but one day we'll tell the story of how we overcame and we made it to the top. So until next time, bye. Thank you for keeping me company. Bye.